Jason, you and I both saw at different times our sponsors show, Sold Children's Theater production of Nevermore. We had a couple of the actors on as guests about 3 weeks ago, I think. And this was actually a South Florida premiere. It's a musical that was written in Canada.
Won numerous awards in Canada.
Numerous awards in Canada. I'm not familiar with the music. Is by Matt Connor, and the book was by Grace Barnes, and all the lyrics for all the music were adapted from Edgar Allan Poe's works. Mostly his poetry, but there's also references to The Pit and the Pendulum and The Mask of Red Death and a couple of his
Cask of Amontillado.
Cask of Amontillado, yes. And,
it's a mouthful.
I enjoyed the production. The music really works very well with the lyrics, although it begins to sound a little same after a while for the typical Gothic musical.
Jekyll and
Hyde kind of thing. So I would have liked a little more variety. I'd like the book. I think needs some work. First of all, there's no humor in it, and every life has a little bit of humor in it.
You need some laughs.
They talk about Poe being a pleasant young man in his youth and how he degenerates, and you never saw any of that pleasantness at the beginning. Although you read his biography, he had a pretty dark life all the way through. But there was more interesting things. But I learned a lot. I didn't know he'd married his 13-year-old cousin, and she died of tuberculosis. And then he had a childhood sweetheart who married somebody else, and then they got back together when someone else died, and so forth. So, it was the lighting was really good. The costuming was beautiful. The music's a little stretched for young voices. I mean, you almost needed a Mandy Patinkin to do it, but I thought they handled it well. I thought there were some nice harmonies.
The harmonies were great.
The harmonies were really good.
It was definitely nice to see a company that's going to be able to emerge some talent down here.
Well, all of these people are going to, and what was also infectious is the enthusiasm of everybody working there, whether it was backstage or that kind of thing. They all had a great deal of pride and put a great deal of effort and energy, and that's what you want to see coming through theater. So,
and to be clear, this was their adult series.
This is a young adult
series.
Young adult series. They had everyone from high school to slightly post college.
Well, they went from ages 8 to 30.
Wow.
The show, the mother was 30.
Yeah, but not 8.
Hold on.
Sorry.
She's a 7th grader. So
she had a very nice figure for an 8-year-old.
So what does that make? What does that make 7th grader?
7th grader is about 12, 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 13
and the niece was 13 when they married.
Yeah.
So it was age accurate.
Cousin, you mean?
Cousin.
Creepy on many levels.
Cousin. So it was a nice show. So how would you rank it, Jason?
I think it'd be somewhere between a 3.5 and a 4.
That's about where I would put it too. Yeah, so we're in agreement. And then Beverly, you gave a pretty thorough review of Dancing at Lunis a couple weeks ago. Palm Beach Drama Works. We got to see it.
Tingle, tingle in the icy air of night, while the stars that oversprinkle all the heavens seem to passion of their singing.
Out obscure and lonely, haunted by angels only, wherein I belong, named night, by a black throne reigns upright. I've reached this land holy, where an alternate evening star never out of time.
And the raven never flitting, still is sitting on the palace, bust of palace just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight orb is heaving towards a shadow on the